All right, welcome back, everybody. I fucked up the last couple of days. Because I said it was the wrong episode. Today is day 70, not yesterday. Unless I said yesterday was 69 and I just don't remember. But every day has become one at the moment. Welcome back, everybody. It is Sunday, the 12th of March, 2023. And it is 8:28 p.m. I said that I was going to do this podcast earlier than 8:28 or 8:30 p.m. And then I didn't get in here before Mads got in here to study all day. And so I ended up just spending the rest of the day playing COD and just bumming out and vegging out. And it was actually really good. It was therapeutic. It was something that I haven't done in a while. In fact, I think this year collectively, I've played let's say 8 hours of video games, and 6.5 of those were today. So I haven't really been touching them. I've been productive doing other things, started studying, doing all that stuff. So, and going to the gym and whatnot. But I think tomorrow is the day that I need to actually get back just into some sort of routine. So I'm going to get up in the morning and do this podcast. And then I'm going to try and get to the gym sort of. Maybe I'll wake up and I'll have breakfast, I'll do my thing, and I'll just drink a bunch of water so that I can sort of flush my body out and go to the gym without having any sort of lactic buildup or whatever from all the shit I've been eating and all this sitting around I've been doing. Tomorrow will mark 1 full week of unemployment though. I didn't mention yesterday, but actually I've got an interview lined up for Wednesday coming. It doesn't help that there is a public holiday on Monday, so a lot of the applications I've been putting in finished today, accepting applications. So that means that tomorrow, after the public holiday, so Tuesday or whatever, I should be hearing back from some places. So yeah, just because I have an interview doesn't mean I'm going to stop applying, because you got to find work. And at this point, I'll do fucking anything, almost anything. Going to sell my feet pics online for money. That's not true. I'm sorry if I got anybody excited just then. But I definitely, I like the idea of money coming in and not signing up for unemployment or fucking, the dole. I'm not interested in that. So it's a good thing we put some money away and we don't have any active debts that we're paying off other than study. Sorry, that was gross. That was a bloody water bottle. Getting all that suction. Someone should invent a water bottle that doesn't get that suction going on it, that just lets you drink out of it. I mean, that's a dumb thing to say because I'm sure there are plenty, but... I don't know if you heard that little noise, but my cat is in this room. I didn't even realize. He's sitting under the table behind some bags, so I didn't even know he was there. His name's Mr. Olive. He's the other cat, the one that doesn't have epilepsy. Watched the movie Zodiac last night. It's not the first time I've seen it, but I didn't really think about it. I haven't thought about it in a long time. But how fucking crazy. How crazy is the story of the Zodiac killer? I don't know. I'm just going to assume that everybody knows. And if you don't know, I'm sure you'll just look it up. But Zodiac killer was a guy in the late 60s. He went on a bit of a killing spree. And I think he killed... There was 5 or 6 people that are actually claimed to be his, but he reckons he's killed as many as 40 or 37 or something. Shit. Yawning. And so they actually, he taunted the police. So what happened was he killed some people, and then he called the murder in. Obviously didn't call himself in and whatever. He called so the police will go and discover the people. And then a few days later, these news outlets started to receive letters saying I killed these people. I can prove it. Only me and the police know this information. And then he put a code, a cipher. And then, so the first time I think he sent it to 3 different newspaper outlets in the same area. And then the second time he did it, he sent, I think, just one big cipher, which had his name. But apparently, anyway, no one could figure it out. So the first ciphers were figured out pretty quickly. And they basically just said that he enjoys killing. He is this person. He enjoys killing. He likes the thrill of it, whatever. And then it just sort of sent the police into a tailspin because they couldn't figure it out. I think it was like, I want to say like 8 years. They couldn't figure anything out. And then they had a suspect that they couldn't pin anything on. And then that suspect died in, I think it was 92. And then so pretty much from like 92 onwards, it was just a open cold case. Or it was a cold case, so it had been like closed off. So they stopped searching about it or whatever. Anyway, recently, like I think it was 2021, there was some code breaker people that completed the cipher. And the guy that they completed it for, he ended up dying in 2018. So they couldn't actually, they can't investigate it. They can't ask him or anything like that. But I think it's wild because the movie Zodiac came out in 2007. And so the original suspect died in 1992. There was no other letters from the Zodiac killer to the police or anything like that. There was no more taunting. He just went off the face of the earth, right? So he, maybe when they got close or when they had another suspect, he was like, all right, cool, I can just back it up now. I can stop doing this. And then he died in 2018, which means that for 11 years, he would have watched that movie come out about the Zodiac killer. He would have watched them get it all wrong. He would have watched everything. He would have, you know what I mean? And I think that's kind of creepy to think about. And it's creepy to think that there's people out there that are like that now, that just can and just walk up to people and kill them. Or like, I wonder if there was a strategy. Did he go around looking for people that he could kill? Was it opportunistic? It's weird, man. It's creepy. Pardon me. But yeah, apparently the actual police don't believe that this is the guy that they need, or because he's dead, they can't obviously question him or talk to him about it, but they can't just be like, oh yeah, that's him, because you know what I mean? Oh, you figured out the code? Oh yeah, that guy that died 3 years ago, or 5 years ago now. Yeah, that was him. That he was a Zodiac killer. They just can't do that. So it'll never really fully be discovered, but these people are pretty adamant. The code breakers, I think they call themselves. It's like a team of 40 people from like ex-law enforcement and lawyers and statisticians and whatever the fuck else they are. But yeah, that movie is a very long movie. I'm sorry I don't have a lot to talk about today. I feel like this podcast has become a bit of an obligation this week. I don't have as much going on, so engaging and talking and thinking of things to say is making it's just like harder. It's harder to get to a point. But I don't really have any other stories in my head right now that I can think of. I'm not going through the type of emotional growth that I feel like I should be or would be or have in the past, which is fine. I'm not judging myself for it. I feel good though. I feel fine today. I was able to tell some other people about my employment situation. I don't want to say financial situation because I've got money put aside, but employment situation, because it's a classic. What else are we going to talk about? Zodiac killer. I wonder, how do these people get to this point? Like, how did the Zodiac killer get to be a person that killed people? Like death's a part of nature, right? And so killing is also a part of nature. If you think about it, you think about like a lion has to kill to eat, or there's some species of monkeys that will also kill other monkeys, or I think there's like chimps they call the lion killers, or think about like frogs eating bugs. And so like death and killing are part of nature. But isn't it strange how, with no intention of consuming, like no intention of eating, it's not for the sake of nutrition or sustenance, humans kill human beings. And for different reasons, for the sins, for like greed, envy. They kill each other for love and respect. And I think it's just strange that this Zodiac killer guy didn't get to do that. He got notoriety, but he didn't get. No one knew who he was. Obviously, if you find out who he is, then if they knew who he was, then he'd go to jail and whatnot. And then, is it really worth it? But was it worth it anyway? That man got to live a full life. He died. The guy they think it is, someone Post, Gary something Post, I think, or maybe his middle name was Gary. I can't remember. He died in his 80s, which means that he killed people and then continued living and lived a good life. Was it on his conscience? Did he even know? Imagine the world where he like had some psychotic break where he just killed random people and he had no clue, and then he found out later that he killed these people. That'd be a wild story. Maybe that's why the police couldn't catch him, because he didn't even realize he was doing it. Maybe he had like two consciousness in his head, and one was like this evil thing that when he fell asleep, he would go on these murdering sprees, and then he would wake up and he'd be like a normal person, go about his life, and then he'd like see that he wrote letters the night before, but he wouldn't know what they said, and you know what I mean? That'd be funny. Maybe not funny, but it'd be intricate, right? Because then could you take that guy and then prosecute him? I mean, because yeah, all right, he did it. His physical body did it. But if he doesn't remember it, if he genuinely didn't remember it, or he could like go between the two, he had like the multiple personality disorder or whatever. Can you prosecute the guy? Or would it be a mental thing? I'm sure punishment would still be needed. Or maybe just put him down. He's already killed people, and maybe death is on the cards, because if he can't stop himself from killing people and doesn't know, he has to either be locked up or killed. Who fucking knows? Who knows? I'm very tired, so I'm going to go now. Thank you for listening. Enjoy the rest of your day. See ya.